From time to time, you've seen me talk about Wolf-PAC. Now, that's a PAC we put together, and I founded it to get money out of politics, to say that corporations are not human beings. Isn't that amazing that we have to clarify that? And that they don't have the constitutional rights of human beings, they don't have inalienable rights, and they certainly don't have the right to buy our politicians. Well, Wolf-PAC is doing great, not because of me, but because of the people who actually run it day to day. The volunteers and the great staff that's there. And in fact, I'm going to introduce you in a second to the new executive director. But I want to tell you that month to month, every single month, we have grown in petition signers, in volunteers, in every category you can imagine, including members, which is really important, and also revenue as well. Well, Ryan Clayton is a guy who worked as a political advisor for a long time and was then our political advisor since February and is the new executive director of Wolf-PAC, and it's great to have him here. Ryan, thanks for joining us, and tell us how you came to join us at Wolf-PAC.
For sure. Well, thanks, first of all, for having me on the show, Cenk. I'm a big fan of the show. And I also want to give a shout out for a lot of that growth to our Director of Organizing, Mike Mineta, who's done a hell of a job since the beginning of the year, and Salim, who's kind of handling the social media day-to-day now, and he's doing a great job as well. I came to Wolf-PAC because I was on the campaign trail for a long time. I did everything from being a campaign manager to knocking on doors. I worked for a PAC in D.C. I worked in political advertising. I was even the guy who spent day to day, sat there in a call time room, getting members of Congress and people that were running for Congress to spend 5 to 7 hours a day, 5 to 7 days a week, raising money from rich people. So I've seen where the problem is. I've seen where the money comes from. I've seen where the money's spent. I kind of know the system inside and out. And what I want to do now is use that particular set of skills that I've acquired and become very dangerous to the corruption that currently exists in our system.
So having seen politics from the inside at all those different levels, there's so many different issues that you can combat. Why this one?
Yeah, well, if I put my citizen cap on, I see that we're really facing some fundamental problems in this country, and our government is just proved incapable of fixing them. Congress is broken, my friend. It's up to us to fix it. If we still want to have representative democracy in this country and pass it on to the next generation, then we got to fix Citizens United. We got to call a convention to propose an amendment, and we got to restore free and fair elections in this country. The good news is that most Americans agree with us. Nearly 90% of Americans are just sick and tired of the corruption as it exists right now. And so what we need to do is take them and put them in a strategy and get them motivated and mobilized and activated and get them out there to hit on the street. Because everybody agrees that elections should be free of the corrupting influence of excessive spending by outside interests and fair enough that any citizen can run for office, not just millionaires and lobbyists and their buddies.
Yeah, the idea of a dentist that doesn't know anybody with money running, or a farmer, etc., is antiquated. It's obvious that we've lost our free and fair elections. And actually, the great irony is that when you tell people, hey, 90% of people believe our system is broken and corrupted by money, they go, well, obviously. Now, do you think we can fix it? And they say, of course not, because the system is corrupted. Even if 90% of us believe in it, we don't have a democracy anymore, so we can't fix it. So how do you answer that, Ryan? How in the world can you actually get this done?
Well, there's always been people that said it couldn't be done. They told the same thing to the abolitionists and the suffragists. To the suffragists, they looked at them and they said, how can women get the right to vote when they don't have the right to vote right now? It's impossible. And they won that fight too, and they amended the Constitution. And every generation of Americans has amended the Constitution. It's been amended 27 times, if you think about it, right? So what you can do right now, if you're sitting out there, is go to wolf-pac.com and get involved in this movement. Sign up to volunteer in your state right away. Get active, helping to fix this problem. Sign up, spread the word in social media. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and spread the word to your friends and family. Most importantly, contribute to the cause. Become a member. That's really important. Mike, our Director of Organizing, likes to say, if we just had 1% of the entire American population giving us $10 a month, that'd be $30 million every month. That's more than enough to fix this problem. So if you really want to know what you can do is, for less than the cost of a cup of coffee a day, you too can help fix representative democracy in this country.
There's another great irony there. If enough people just believed and chipped in the $10 a month, which again, as you say, is less than coffee every day, it's obvious we can get it done. My God, if we had $30 million a month, are you kidding me? It'd be the easiest thing in the world to get it done, right? Sure. But they don't believe because the system is so broken. But like you were talking about, look, suffragist movement, every single movement started out as small, and every one of them, people said it can't be done, and it was done. And that's how we make this country a little bit better. So finally, one more question for you, Ryan. What was it that made you confident that this could work with this particular organization, with Wolf-PAC?
Yeah, two things actually. You know, when I talked to you a few months back, I looked at you and I said, hey, Cenk, if Congress offers you some weak sauce legislative fix or some BS amendment, you going to take it? And you said to me, nope, we're taking it all the way. And so I said, all right, I'm in, man, let's do this. And actually, I don't remember if you remember the second time. The second thing was a few years back, I bumped into you and I said, hey, Cenk, you know, why'd you leave MSNBC when they're offering you millions of dollars? And you looked at me and you said, well, man, they offered me more money to have less impact. And it really takes brass balls to walk away from a few $1 million to do the right thing. And I think it makes you a patriot for doing that. And, you know, it gives me the confidence that something Aaron Wysocki said one time. He said, look, man, we're the people that have the balls to follow through on this and get it done. So that's why I'm here with Wolf-PAC, and that's why I'm all in for an amendment. Let's do it.
Well, I really appreciate you saying that, Ryan. But look, Ryan also walked away from a really great political career, and all of us believe, and the reason we believe is that we fundamentally believe in the idea of this country. We believe in America, and we could regain our great republic if we just stick together, because we are 90% of Americans at least. The only thing we need to do is to stick together. So Ryan Clayton, new executive director of Wolf-PAC, thank you so much for joining us on the Young Turks.